Hello. I'm downstairs recording a podcast. This is yes. I thank you. I appreciate you pointing that out. I'm recording another award-winning podcast. Yes. All right.
All right, let's do it. Table of contents coming at you tonight. We are going to talk about a Bionic Beaver, how I might show up in the Google Maps multiple times, unbeknownst to me at the time. We're going to rant a little bit more about the iPhone texting. Seemingly, that's endless. And Mike, are you related to an Oompa Loompa?
Am I that red?
No. I promise it's going in a very different direction.
I was just wondering if my light settings were a little too orangey or too warm for this show.
No, it'll be entirely different, I promise.
We'll also talk about unexpected rental car upgrades, confusing the day of your colonoscopy.
Oh no.
And Dad, teleappointments with the pulmonologist. All these and more on this episode of the Cool Dad Shirt Podcast.
Nice.
So I'm curious about the Oompa Loompa. It may not be your first story this week, but
no, let's get into it. I would be surprised if you didn't share the same story. Where do your daughter spray tan?
One does occasionally for special events.
Mine too.
And by special events,
I can guess yours.
I mean anything that's happening tomorrow.
That's right.
It's a special event. We're not just talking proms and weddings.
Was the saturation slider bar moved a little too far? And
I don't mean to hijack your story. When my niece got married, she hired somebody to come to her house and spray tan everybody. And my daughter couldn't drive at the time, so we brought her and my other daughter there. And when they walked out, we busted out in laughter because they came out and smiled, and they were so dark and orange. And they said, "Don't worry, it'll come off when we shower a little bit." But it was a very drastic transformation.
My daughter that does that too is she does it herself. And last week she came downstairs and said, "I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it." She was alarmingly dark orange.
She went a little too heavy on the tanning lotion, or is that
it seems to
tanning cream?
I don't know if it's just the hands and the feet for some reason. I don't know if they're naturally more absorptive, or it's just a technique. You're just close to them, and I don't know. But the extremities seem to really fall victim to the.
Yeah. How is she now? Has she normalized?
Yeah, as you said, the shower chills that out a little bit. Like day 3, we're starting to look like pretty. So.
Yeah, my daughter has gone, and she also uses the self-tanner cream that you can apply yourself occasionally for special events.
Like Wednesday?
Yeah, exactly. Like tomorrow, I have school. Thursday, I have a presentation. Friday, I have a field hockey game.
Yes, you get it.
I do.
That's funny. What do you got?
Well, we recently needed a rental car, just a short one-day rental while our car was being repaired. And I went to the rental car place that we normally go to and reserved a car. And when we went to pick it up, the nice gentleman at the rental car place said, "Oh, I gave you guys an upgrade." So we ordered a basic economy car, which probably would have been like a Corolla or something like that. We just needed to do some errands and zip around for the day. And he pulled out a very nice Audi A6 with about 15,000 miles on it. It was a gorgeous car. So I thought, wow, this is our lucky day, Rich. And he gets out of the car, and all you could smell is pot. And you could smell it from like 10 feet away. And then my wife was like, I don't think we can rent this.
No, you're
And we
going to end
said,
up smelling like that.
what else do you have? And all he had was a minivan. And I thought, that's a bit of a drag. And I looked at her and I said, maybe we could tolerate it just for the day. I said, it's a really nice car. It's going to be fun to drive. So she agreed. She said, all right, maybe it won't be that bad. Maybe it was just sitting and they didn't have a chance to open the windows. So we took the car. I don't even know how to tell the story. I'm going to shorten it up. So for starters, the smell of weed never left the car. The entire car reeked of weed for the entire 24 hours that we had it. We also found some additional surprises rolling on the floor. One of which, I'll start with the less shocking items. The first one was a vape pen. Makes sense.
Yep.
The second one, I think Mia said it was hair glue. And the third one were a couple of unused wrapped condoms. So clearly the car had not been looked over or cleaned prior to our receipt of the automobile. So as we're driving around, out from under the seat slides some hair glue, a vape, I don't know, pen or machine, whatever you call those things, and a couple wrapped condoms. So clearly our upgrade was more than just the make and model.
That's right. You got the party mobile, man.
My wife asked, she said, who had this car before us, a pimp?
Exactly. Oh, man.
It was fun to drive, but it was not the cleanest of rental cars I've ever received. So I returned it. I gently commented on our surprises, and he was happy to give me a $50 discount on the rental. So not too bad.
All right. I bet they deal with stuff like that all the time.
I think so. So it was a pretty inexpensive rental and fun to drive.
Nice cars. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're an Audi owner yourself, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Does yours smell like weed and have vape pens in them too?
I swear to God, it came that way.
Well, I know that's all I was thinking. That's why I called him right away. I said, "Look,
Yes,
because I don't want to return it and have the guy at the rental place be like, well, I mean, what's this guy up to? We're gonna have to charge him. It smells and it's got stuff floating around. We're gonna have to hit him with the cleaning fee." So I made sure they didn't associate that stuff with me or ding me on the fee.
Yeah, Erica has had to do that as well. She drives for work sometimes and want to go back and be very clear about the current situation with the car.
Yeah. And when I called him, he said, oh, if you want to bring it back, that's fine. But I didn't want to have to go through that. It was more time out of my day. And who knows what the van would have been like, right? That would have been a pimp. If that was a pimp mobile, I couldn't imagine what the van would be like.
It could have been worse.
Oh, my God.
I don't even want to know.
Who knows what be in there? Jeez. So that was my rental story.
That was like, do you remember the movie? The movie started out very funny, and then it just got lame. It was Norm Macdonald and I think Artie Lang. They did, it was the Revenge Business. Oh, Dirty Work. The movie was called Dirty Work. And so you could hire these two guys to get revenge on somebody, and that was their business. And they wanted to get back at this guy who was a car dealer, and he was doing a live event talking about a car. And he's like, look at this. We got this feature. Look how big the trunk is. And the trunk opens up. Norm Macdonald goes, is that a trunk full of dead hookers? The guy goes, no. And he goes, I've seen dead hookers. That's a trunk full of dead hookers. The guy's like, turn the camera off.
I did not see that movie.
It really wasn't that good, but there were some funny parts to it. Yeah.
You've given me the best scene, haven't you?
I think I have. I hope I did it faithfully. Hey, have you ever heard of a Bionic Beaver?
I've heard of the Bionic Man, the Bionic Woman, and never a Bionic Beaver.
So it's a drink that they would make at a bar in Plattsburgh when I was in college back in the 1980s. The bar was called Fillions, I think it was, a local favorite, and they had invented their own drink, and they would make it by the pitcher. And I totally forgot to call up the ingredients, but it's something like it's got vodka, gin. Let's stick. I think I'll be pretty close.
Fillions.
Vodka, gin, slow gin, which is where the red comes from, orange juice, Bush beer, and something else. Dude, it's terrible. And it was such an institution that people would buy this stuff all the time. And I'm here to tell you, on the freshman floor, it looked the same in the bathroom hours later as it did in the pitcher hours earlier.
It almost sounds like a challenge drink. Like, here's a bunch of unfinished drinks. Let's add them all together.
Yeah, it almost seems like this is extra stuff that we have in the back. How can we get rid of this? Oh, it might be in my. Hold on, maybe we can.
Did that bar have a downstairs?
It was downstairs. You walked in and went
downstairs.
Down. Yeah, have you been there?
We played at that bar.
Shut up! Is that true?
Yeah, we played at that bar. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like brick walls. It was kind of a cool. Well,
it was a cool. It was. Yeah, but you kind of went in and you went down. You went down, and it was almost like a little basement-y. Yeah, like a little.
That is
like almost speakeasy-ish.
It was. Yeah, it's okay. You've been there.
Yeah. We played there. Yeah, absolutely. We did. We did a show. We did a show on campus, and we played at that bar, and we did an interview at the radio station.
Was this while you were in college or after?
No, it was post college. This was mid 90s, mid to late 90s.
I was going to say, could we have possibly have met before we thought we met? But no.
It was definitely post
college.
Yeah, in fact, I was already living on Long Island when we were.
Oh, okay.
When we played there, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. So, do you think you have the ingredients or no?
I thought it was still. Damn it! I thought it was still on my phone.
All right.
Maybe we'll edit it.
Maybe no, you know what? I'll show notes.
No, I'm going to recite it as the outro.
All right, that's perfect. Have you gotten a colonoscopy ever, Rich?
I have just one. Everything went well, so I don't need to do it again for a while. But it's an experience. Yeah,
that is excellent news. So, if you have never went for a colonoscopy, this will be less impactful to you. But if you have, you understand the horror in the story that I'm about to tell you. So my wife had a colonoscopy scheduled, and the same weekend that required her to do her prep for the colonoscopy, which we all know is the worst part of the colonoscopy. Mm-hmm. And I'll skip all the details, but we had a plumbing issue in our bathroom.
Oh, no.
And we needed to shut the water off. And because of several things that were going on, we couldn't get a plumber until the following Tuesday. So from Saturday to Tuesday, I was running up and down stairs all day and through the night to turn the main water line on and off so we could run water, do some laundry if we needed, flush the toilet. So it was a lot of up and down for me on a regular weekend, let alone a weekend for a colonoscopy. So her colonoscopy was what she thought was scheduled on Monday. So we came home Sunday afternoon after being out running some errands. My wife began her colonoscopy prep Sunday night. Sunday night, I ran up and down the stairs all night long, turning the water on and off. And into the early hours of Monday morning, this continued. And my wife called to ask a question about her appointment. And they told her that her appointment wasn't until next week. So you could imagine the horror, and not only her eyes, but mine, for having to go up and down the stairs and not sleep at all that night. So thankfully for whatever luck that we would receive for the entire year, it was granted to us because the lady said, Oddly, someone just called and
Oh,
canceled their
man.
3:30 appointment. If you can get here right away, we will take you. So
Holy cow.
we stopped everything that we were doing. We got in the car and we raced to her appointment, and they were able to get her in.
That is, wow, that is super
Yeah.
lucky.
Yeah, it was so lucky because she would have had to repeat the entire exercise the following weekend.
Yeah, it's something.
We got the plumbing fixed, though.
I would say. Nice, nice.
Yeah, and as a dad, I might add this too. Plumbing is something us dads don't mind tackling from time
Yeah.
to time. So I needed a mixer valve for my shower.
Mhm.
So I pulled the existing one out that was no longer working. I purchased a new one and put it in. And when I put the new one in, it was leaking worse than the old one. And I couldn't figure out why this was happening. So out of frustration and busyness, I called the plumber and had the plumber come and replace it, which cost several $100s.
Eesh.
And when he came, I said, it seemed like a pretty straightforward repair. And he said, yeah, it's not uncommon for Moen to have a bad mixer valve. He said, I had one last week. This is a bad mixer valve. You should return it. So
Wow.
a $55 part wound up costing me $400 to pay somebody to come and repair it.
So the entire plan was to do it inexpensively with your own labor, and the
Yeah.
exact opposite happened.
Yeah. So I paid for his time and parts plus the part that I had put in.
Nice.
So I got double whammied.
That negated the luck from.
Well, actually, that was prior to the luck.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
guess. Well, no,
You're-
wait a second. That was post. Yeah. So that negated the luck. You're
So
absolutely.
you're back to even, is what you're saying.
I'm net. Yeah, I'm net. It was a zero sum for me.
To keep a recurring theme going on the show, I gotta rant a little bit more about the iPhone and the texting.
Sure.
When you do speech to text, I don't know why. I'm what some people call an over punctuator. I love using a comma a lot.
Sure.
The iPhone likes to
Who
even
does?
up
Who
the-
doesn't?
I'm in the Oxford comma camp myself, so that gives you some background. But it over commas me, and I think that's probably a problem, number one. So, but the thing that really bothers me is when you tell somebody like, "Oh, hey, I'll be there around 6:00" in the speech to text. It types up SIX space O apostrophe CLOCK. I don't know. Do it right now. Do it right
Wait a
now.
second. Wait a second. Spell that for me again, Rich. I wasn't. What are you typing?
Say, Rich. No, it's got to be speech to text.
Sure.
So say into it. You just say, "I will see you at 6:00," and tell me what it does.
I got to make sure I select you as my recipient.
Yes. Your wife's asking. Why you're asking some woman you'll see her at 6:00? Is it 6:00?
No, it's 6 space O clock.
Yeah.
Rich.
No, but don't most people, like, if you were to type that out by hand, you wouldn't type O, go look for the apostrophe, put that
never.
in, and then type out CLOC. Like,
Never.
people don't do that. That's ridiculous.
I would just type C at 6.
Yeah.
That would be it.
Well, do that. Does it say SIX or does it give you the number?
See you at 6.
Yeah, type it
Writes
out.
the word out. Yeah. You want me to try something else?
What else you got? Tell me a joke, iPhone.
No, that I don't know. That seemed to.
All right. The iPhone ranting is over now.
Yeah. Well.
We can continue with your next topic.
Yeah. Well, my next one is. I don't know where to go on my next one, Rich.
You take your time, man. It's not like we're recording anything.
We went to the bank the other day, and I took a picture of it. And I'm going to send it to you. We walk in the bank. There's no one in the bank, and the new bank layout is these tall, like, desk/kiosks. There's no counter or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just these little kiosks, like, in the middle of the floor. So we walk in the bank, and there's not even a teller at any one of those desks. And we're standing in the middle of the bank, and then out from the back comes a teller. And we said, "Hi, we just need to have something notarized." And she goes, "Oh, okay, have a seat. Someone will be with you in a little bit." And I looked around. Rich, there was one lady in an office and not a single customer. And I was so perplexed by what warrants my wait right now. I shouldn't I be able to be whisked right into the office and have my service provided immediately? So we sat down for maybe, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes, and like three or four more people came in, and they were waiting behind us, and then we were finally we were finally called in, and I'm glad we had beaten all those other people because it would have been that much more of a delay. But I don't know if that's a power move, or I don't know what was going on, Rich.
The customer does not come first over there.
No, not at all. The customer is when we get to you.
I'm in the middle of a strongly worded email I'm sending to somebody, and I got to finish my thoughts. So I'll see you in 10.
That was, and I think the other thing that happened was they probably check your account when you come in and see if you're a high roller or not. And in my case,
Take your time, Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah was instructed to not rush. There's no reason to expedite this customer.
I'm typing up a lunch order here. I'll see you in a few.
Who wants Greek food today?
Let's Greek.
My dad had a doctor appointment last week. He actually had two in the same day, and it's a lot to go to one, let alone two. So I was able to schedule the earlier appointment and have it changed to a tele-appointment, which was great. So I just had to be on the call. The doctor conferenced us in, and we had the appointment. He checked on my dad, and that was great. I didn't have to get him dressed and out of the house and in the waiting room. It was really nice. The doctor called within 5 minutes of the scheduled time. And then he had a second appointment, and that one was with the pulmonologist that's further away. The parking isn't so close, so it requires me to pull up, walk him in, get him settled, and then go park the car and then run back in. And sometimes there's a little wait. And, my dad, God bless him, has a lot less patience than he used to have. That's a bit characteristic of the age.
I think so.
I convinced that doctor to do a tele appointment also. So that one was scheduled for 6:00, and I said that I would go to his house, and I would sit with him for the appointment because there was a few things we wanted to go over, and I wanted to make sure we went through all the questions and had him all situated. So my dad, I get him all set up, and God bless him. I love the guy. He's sitting at the table, and it's post dinner time for him. And I get the call all set up. We dial in. We're waiting in the queue. We're waiting for the doctor to come in. And my dad is already starting to lose patience, and he's making comments like, "Where is this guy? What's going on? I don't have all day." And I'm worried that just because the doctor's not on, I don't know if he can hear us. So my dad, hang up and call him back. And I go, "Dad, no, it doesn't work like that. We got to just sit here." And now my dad is in, it's time for a cocktail mode. So now he has a glass of vodka on the rocks.
Oh, no.
I go,
On camera.
"Dad, this is a video pulmonologist appointment." And he goes, yeah, well, it's my dinner time. So he is on a tele appointment with a pulmonologist, surly and sipping a cocktail as he's going over his health care. I thought,
I think I like this.
I mean, what a baller, right?
Frank Sinatra would have done it.
Dean Martin, Sinatra,
Yep,
they all would have done it. So he sat there, and I don't think the doctor noticed it, or if he did, he didn't say anything. But here we are. We're going over his oxygen level, his pulse ox meter readings, all while he's sipping a cocktail on the call.
I,
And I was just happy not to have to bring him all the way out to his appointment, which was a 40-minute drive.
yeah, if we have to have cocktails to avoid the drive, then it's a win for everybody.
Cocktails it is. Doc, what are you drinking, Doc?
Cheers.
Yeah. So that's how we handle doctor appointments from now on.
It might be a winning strategy. Yeah, that's.
It might be. He was so happy not to leave the house too. Oh, he was thrilled.
No need to put pants on today, Michael.
Nope, not at all. I just hope we don't have a dentist appointment on the calendar.
Oh no, you can't telehealth a dentist appointment. No.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
Oh, at lunchtime I usually go out with my buddy. We walk. We work right in downtown Schenectady, so there's lots of options and stuff like that. One day he was unavailable, so I flew solo. I went and grabbed a sandwich and just said, it's a beautiful day. I'm just going to walk around town a little bit off the beaten path. And as I was walking, I noticed the Google car that does the Street View maps go by, and I was like, "Oh man, I hope I looked cool." Pretty sure I didn't. And then it turned down a street and went the other direction. And then as I continued to walk, it came up another street and got me again. And then it went down. No, they keep coming from behind.
Oh, you should have started.
Like, I'm totally not ready for it. I know. I would have tried something funny. And then and then it got me a third time. So the thing is, it's a 360 camera, so it's going to look like it's looking at me, but it went past me, and it's probably a look of disappointment. Like, damn it, they got me again. I look like an idiot. So my one chance at legacy fame, and I probably blew it.
I wonder if the software is intelligent enough to filter you out if you were running alongside of it. Like if it passed you once and then you realized and then you ran up to get in front of it to pose.
Well, it blurs your face. It does that. So it'll be hard to identify exactly me. But I think it does filter out moving objects. Yeah. We do some laser scanning at work, and those things know to get rid of moving things. So.
Yeah, because I bet people would be trying to have a lot of fun with that if they see that coming.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. A lot of inappropriate fun happening with the Google Maps car.
Yes.
I see them driving once in a while, but much less nowadays.
Maybe they're all caught up.
I think they've got the entire Earth mapped. Speaking of mapping, have you noticed there's like no sightings or no talk or no mention of drones anymore? They just all of a sudden in one day just disappeared, and that was the end of it. Like they were never here.
Yeah, no follow up, no additional settings, and no one's seeing them anymore, right?
No.
Because you were actually seeing them out on Long Island.
I was seeing many daily, large, hovering, zooming, and everybody claimed, it's just, drone enthusiasts, and private drone operators. And out of nowhere, the hundreds you saw over the course of a couple weeks or a month or so were suddenly gone. So there's no longer any drone enthusiasts. They've all taken their drones out of the air. They have no interest anymore.
It was a fad.
It was a short-lived fad. Yeah. So gone they are. I don't know what that was all about.
We'll never know.
I'm still suspicious, Rich.
As you should be. Yes, of course.
I was going to say, we haven't spoke about fashion recently, and I'm not the fashion expert, but there is one fashion faux pas that it makes me uncomfortable to see it. And I appreciate the fact that people have all black on, but it gets really bizarre when they pair it with brown shoes. Have you ever seen that?
Oh,
someone has a black
weird,
shirt on, black pants, and then brown shoes. That's like you're not supposed to. I think that's frowned upon in the fashion industry, and for me, it just seems so uncomfortable to see it. It's so weird. I can't look at it. It creates this inner anxiety in me. It's
Even this
weird.
clown knows you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just so weird.
Well, that's
So,
strange.
I saw someone recently with brown shoes, black pants, and a black shirt on, and I had to look away. I couldn't. It made me very anxious.
Were they wearing a belt? You're supposed to match that to your shoes, right?
No belt, thankfully. And the belt maybe would have helped, but yeah, it was not easy on the eyes.
That is jarring. Yes, I can see that in my head.
Yep.
I found some woman on, I think it was Instagram, and she made reference to, she was talking about AI. It's all the rage. It's probably going to catch on, I think. And she was talking about how it could go one of two ways or a combination of both ways. We're all kind of scared of it right now, and we think it'll, bad things will be done with it. But she said, what's going to happen? Even as good as it gets, people are going to start getting fed up with fake digitized stuff. Even trying to persuade you with marketing, or even fake news or AI generated music. She goes, I think an analog renaissance is coming, where people are going to start craving going out and seeing live music, seeing performances, and having actual human contact, going back to happy hours more, and starting to just a rejection of this digital isolation. And even though it's getting better, we might start getting sick of it.
I think I agree with that. Yeah, I think so.
From the creative sense,
Yeah.
it's a great tool for business. Like when you're doing research or things, or whatever the stuff that you're doing, AI is truly amazing. But I think when it comes to creativity, I think people may get sick of it after a while.
Yeah, I think so. Uh, I haven't looked at it enough of it to compare from like an artistic standpoint, visually. I've seen rendering and pictures and stuff, and you could still tell that it's generated through AI, because some of it, it's funny where you'll see a face with a pair of glasses and a shirt that someone with that face and glasses would never wear. It still stands out. It's still obvious. Maybe if that gets a little better, I think that might be all right. But yeah, there is still something about seeing something that an individual has created, especially live, or seeing something
Yeah,
as it's happening.
yeah.
From a
Because are
performance.
they going to train the AI model so that the bass player keeps missing a note over and over again, like in real life? That never happens in AI.
No,
But
no
it's
AI.
part of Murray. It's part of Murray's charm. He can never seem to get the bridge quite right.
Yeah. Murray the bass player. Oh, there's Murray. He missed the D again this week.
He missed the D again, but he owns
He
all the
goes
gear. So,
he goes right to that E string, just refuses to play the D.
oh
That's
man,
the charm. AI bass players. They'd probably be on time though. I mean, not like
for a change, yes.
I mean, like on time to the gig, not necessarily like,
Oh,
in the
oh,
meter,
oh! I
but
gotcha.
like on
I
time
gotcha.
to the gig. Oh, I saw something on social media today and I got so excited for it. Has this ever happened to you? There was a posting for this jazz jam, and it said funk, soul, traditional, modern jazz jam, Wednesday night from 7 to 10. And it sparked my interest, and I'm reading through the ad.
Yeah.
I'm getting more excited by the minute, and I'm looking, where is this? I have to make an effort to go to this. It sounds awesome. Uh, and I finally get to the bottom of the ad, and I look, and it's at Cornelius, North Carolina, at the Old Town Public House. And I
Oh,
was so deflated when I read that. I thought, wow, this is right up my alley, a funk, soul, jazz jam. Wednesday night, 7 to 10. I got to check this out. I might even cancel on Rich tonight just to go to this, I thought to myself.
as you
No, I didn't
should.
think that. I didn't think that. But I got very excited only to find out that, yeah, Mike, don't worry. It's not happening near you.
Here's a little. Here's a little insult to injury for you.
Yeah,
Sound like you're having a marginal week, so we're just going to kick you in the teeth.
marginal.
Here's something really cool you can't do.
What was our old tagline? Marginally funny.
And sometimes entertaining.
sometimes, sometimes entertaining, marginally funny. Marginally funny. That might have been it. I got to go back and listen.
I think we're true to that motto.
I need some advice on how to handle a situation with my wife.
Mm.
She was so sweet, and while she was at the store, she realized that I was out of marshmallow fluff. So she bought some fluff, but it's not Marshmallow Fluff brand. It's another brand, an imposter brand.
Mm.
So I was very appreciative and gracious when she got it for me, but I don't want her to make the mistake and buy it again because she thinks that that's my favorite fluff when Marshmallow Fluff is the one and only. So I have to figure out how to break this news to her, Rich. What's your advice?
Wow, I'm not sure I have advice on that's a tough one. Maybe she'll just happen to listen to the podcast. Hi, Nancy, and you're doing a great job. Mike loves you dearly. You are so kind. You are, and I do know she is kind and compassionate. She is a loving soul for sure. But seriously, next time, get the right stuff.
Please. It's only Marshmallow Fluff brand. I think they're wild enough to put one or two more ingredients in theirs also, which I just don't have room for that in my diet.
No.
No.
They might go for a fourth form of sugar.
Yeah, that might be the powdered sugar that we were discussing, or the simple syrup. Yeah, those are all my notes. I feel like this is not a winning show this week, Rich.
See, I thought that last time and last episode was awesome.
Okay,
I was off my game. I was sleep deprived. I dreaded the ending of that recording, and then listening back, it was really good. In fact, anybody listening now should go back and listen to that one again, especially if you're disappointed with this one.
If you've listened to this and have thought about deleting these shows from your podcast downloads, please just go back and listen to that one. I don't even have any more topics, Rich. I don't know what to say for myself here.
I'm out of time. I have one more.
All right.
I had to get a tree taken down. I had to get a tree taken down in front of my house. It was just old and it was becoming problematic. And so my neighbor Nick gave me a guy. He's like, "Oh, call Kevin. He's great." Blah blah blah. And he comes over and he's checking it out for me. And he says, he's looking at it, he's sizing it up. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to have another guy over here. Man, that's kind of hanging out over the road. That's a little concerning. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut it like this. I'm gonna have to cut it like this." And I said, "Oh, what do you think?" And he's like, I'm thinking 8. I was like, in my head, that's a little bit more than I was expecting. And he goes, "Do you want the stump going too?" And I'm like, "It's right in the middle of my front yard. The stump has to go." "Yeah. What would you charge me for that?" And he's like, "It'll be $150 for that. So all in, you got $950." And I was trying to contain my joy that he meant 8H, not 8K. I thought he was going to say $8,000. I was like, wow, I've not had a tree work done in a long time. That is really expensive. I thought he was going 8K, and he said $950 all in. I was like, dude, that's brilliant. Thank you. Yes. This is why I hired you. You are amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. Did you should have said, man, you should have pretended to be a little taken by it and then say, "You know what? Okay. All right."
Normally I do throw some negotiation in there. I was so stunned
So
that he saved me $7,000. I was like, done.
Yeah. Tree work is expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a bunch of stuff taken down several years ago, and we benefited from one of those. He gave us an estimate, and we didn't need it done at a particular time. So he was going to piggyback us with another job that he would get in the area. So We said, that's fine. You can, you don't even have to give us a huge heads up when you're coming. He took a look at it, gave us a price, and said, when I book something else, I'll come. And a few weeks later, he came, and they did a great job.
Nice. Very good.
Those guys are like monsters. I've told the story before. They showed up. They had like 3 or 4 trucks, and there must have been 6 or 7 guys with them. I swear the trucks had not even stopped, and those guys they were already like in the air, jumping out of the trucks.
Time is money,
darting across our lawn, running up our trees. Like without any apparatus or ropes. The next thing I know, there's guys everywhere in our trees. There's chainsaws humming away. It was like this massive cut down cleanup, all within like 3 or 4 hours. They were in and out, gone. It looked like they had never been there. It was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
They got it right down.
Like
yeah.
4 hours. My wife's outside with Dunkin' Donuts coffee, 3 dozen donuts. She loves to, take care of, when they're doing work like that, it's nice to try to, be nice. So she's got 3 dozen Dunkin' Donuts, coffee. Do you need more milk or sugar? like, let them get the job done.
Oh man,
they're gonna think we're rich. They're gonna think stop it. They're gonna think they should have charged us more. Come on.
Just call it good. We're good.
Yeah. All right, that's a wrap. I don't know what
That's
to make of it, but I'll string something together, and hopefully it won't be our worst show ever.
We'll give our ears a rest a few days and check back and see what we think.
I'll tell you what, if this show sucks, I'm going to put episode 2 on it and then upload it. So they'll be like, oh, no wonder it was one of the early ones. Those guys were just getting their feet wet. This makes sense.
You can hear how unpolished and unprofessional they are.
I'll pitch it like it was one that we found in the vault that we never published.
Unreleased material.
Yeah, exactly. Unreleased, never heard before. Like they're really getting a bonus. Like the show sucked, but it's so old. It's one of their first. It's so appealing.
We dragged it out of the vault.
Yeah.
All right, dude. We've concluded my list as well. So stand by for the ingredients to the Bionic Beaver. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the recipe to the Bionic Beaver. 2 ounces of Absolute vodka, arguably the worst tasting vodka ever. 12 ounces of Busch Lager. 2 ounces of Southern Comfort peach liqueur. Oh no. 7-Up soda. 2 ounces of sloe gin. Orange juice. 2 ounces of gin. 2 ounces of grenadine. And you make it by the pitcher. It tastes terrible. It's really bad.